Hi folks, and thanks for joining me for this week's still water tutorial. What you see in the vise is the Pink Death Booby. So without further ado, let's get into it. The hook in the vise then is a Hanak 250 barbless hook. This one's at size 10 and it's on a heavy wire in bronze. Now, the reason I like the 250 for this is the gape. It's just lovely and wide, and when you're using Fritz, it really does help with hookup ratio. The thread I'm going to be using is a UTC thread. It's red. I've lost the label, so I'm not going to show you, but it's 70 denier red thread UTC. And first thing I'm going to do is get a little bit of wax onto my thread, and then run a thread down the shank of the hook to approximately where a barb would be on a barbed hook. Then I can come in with my scissors and remove my rat's tail. Okay, I like to add a little bit of glycerin to the tail of this fly. The original pattern certainly doesn't have it, but I'm just using some crystal flash here. I just like it. You don't need a lot, 4 strands or something, and as I say, it's not completely necessary. Some people would argue that blobs just don't need tails. I like to have both at my disposal. Just depends on how I'm feeling at the time, but a little bit of flash can help just make the fish decide to have the fly when it's having a good look at it. Now lengthwise, I'm looking at about 1 centimetre, and then I can take what's remaining, put it to the side for my next fly. Now with the Fritz, I'm using some F&F jelly Fritz. It's still my favourite, and I'm going to use the pink, and I want to just take away some of the Fritz so I get to the core, and then I'm going to grab that, just trim that up a little bit. I've taken a wee bit too much Fritz, and then capture that in. Now the more discerning viewers amongst you will notice that the Fritz is soaking, and that's because when I'm tying these flies, I like to soak my Fritz under the tap, and I just find it a lot easier to manage. I'm going to pull that back. So that's 2 turns, 3 turns, and on the 4th turn, I'm going to pack that in there, bring my Fritz up to meet my thread at an angle, and just trap it into place. Now I'm going to pull everything back just to get a couple of turns in front. It just stops it coming free. If you get some turns in front, it stops it coming away. So I'll put that down for the next fly. I'm going to take everything back now, tidy that up like so. As you can see, because my Fritz is wet, it just does what I want it to do, and it's not springing out all over the place. Now FABS seem to have taken over the world as regards to options for the washing line. If you're not sure what the washing line is, I'll stick a little link up in the information bar there to what the washing line's all about. But people tend to use FABS nowadays. I still like to use a Booby now and again, because what the Booby does is gives you a lot more water displacement when the fish are high up. Now the next Fritz I'm using, again, it's jelly Fritz from F&F, and I'm going to take a little bit of the core away. Now, depending on how much movement you want to achieve on the top of the water will depend on the size of the eyes. The other factor, of course, is how fast do you want the the point fly to sink, and that's all a part and parcel of the size of booby eyes that you put onto the fly. Now this one that I'm tying now, I'm going to have quite small booby eyes on it because I want it to be dragged down by my other flies in the team. So I've got 2 tons in there now, coming up for my 3rd ton, and then I'm going to stop. So 3 tons of Fritz on a size 10, and then I can trap that into place. Pull everything back, a few tons in front, and then again I can come in with my scissors and just take that away and lay that beside the pink, ready for the next one. So next I'm going to slick it all back now and tidy up this front section, and I want to get a nice deep red base, the thread down, and this is why people find they have problems with booby eyes and Fritz, because they don't make a proper bed for their booby eyes to sit on. Now you can use whatever colour you like. I'm going to use orange on this occasion, and I've got my little tic tac here, and again, if you're not sure how to make the booby eyes, I'll link that up in the description there, in the information bar above. Now next I'm going to come on, find the middle, and with a couple of turns of thread I can lock my eyes into place. Then keep working your way up with your thread, and once you've got your booby eyes on top, I do 5 turns one way, and 5 turns the other way. Please excuse my fingers. Then I can come in, grab my whip finish tool, and finish off. Now the last thing to do with this is to get your super glue split the eyes, make sure you get your brush in between, excuse my fingers again, sorry about that, then turn it to its side and a little bit of super glue underneath. Set that to the side to dry. Just make sure you've not clogged up your eye, and that's an excellent fly for the washing line. Now the Pink Death fly, it was a blob originally, used by the soldier palmers back in the day, to great effect. It's a super fly and it will catch you lots of fish. Thanks very much for watching. If you're a returning subscriber, it's good that you've tuned back in despite all my other videos, and if you're new at the channel, please don't forget to click that subscribe button, and I'll see you all next time.